Hello. I'm trying to put myself out there more. Trying to talk, be out there. I don't know. I'm not clean with it, but I'm having fun. People have been asking me for my opinions on things, and I want to share them because I have a lot of things that are on my mind. First off, I'm wearing my Dandadan shirt. Think it is dope. I want everyone to know I told y'all first. The manga's amazing. 160 something chapters right now. The anime is amazing. They showed it in a theatrical release. G Kids did. Made over $1 million. Only 3 days. Fantastic first 3 episodes. I'm super excited for the show. Show comes out October 3rd on Netflix. And I think Crunchyroll. Anyways, it's coming out. And it's about to be a banger. Crazy show. Mix of occult, romance, comedy, action. It's fantastic. And it's only getting better and better as the manga keeps going. I'm so excited for it. Go watch it. Crazy show. The first episode scares off a lot of people. First chapter scares off a lot of people. It gets a little intense. It's what caused it to be rated M in the first place, but then it calms down, never gets to that intensity again. But still is like amazing with the emotional intensity. So I would say like a triggery intensity at first, but then it gets to like a great pace of being an amazing thriller, an amazing comedy, amazing romance. If you don't care about one of these things, it'll make you care about it. You'll love all the characters. It looks amazing. And this anime is fantastic. My cat. I wish my cat would chill out. She is always hungry. I'm trying my best to not get her to be chunky. A lot of women want me to let her be chunky. I'm like, no. What's wrong, y'all? How can this cat live long life if chunky? I give her a little treat. She is hungry for more, as if she hasn't eaten anything. Scratch my foot. Not happy about that. Anyways, she's her in the back, making that scratching sound. Gave her extra. Can't keep doing that. Anyways, something that's been on my mind for a while has been the Australian breakdancing woman known as Raygun. Because a lot of people are like, Godswill, you dance? I'm like, yes, every now and then. What do you think about Raygun? Stop asking me about that. Stop. I don't feel bad about Raygun. I feel bad for her. Don't get me wrong. Her performance was not Olympic level. There was so much heat. And I don't really like the idea of clowning someone over and over again, like to such a level. Like if they did something bad, sure. And even then, I'm hoping for redemption more than ridicule. Everyone with Raygun, it's such a bummer to me because it's like one, the 95% of the competition ignored. Just such a bummer. I watched all of the women's breakdancing in the Olympics. Loved it. Also, I love the Olympics. I look forward to the Olympics every 4 years. Every 2 years, honestly. I like the Winter Olympics too. But I love the Summer Olympics most. They finally bring breakdancing. That is my jam. I'm not a great breakdancer. I want to become a better dancer. It's hard. And I have the utmost respect for it. I've been trying to do it for near 15 years. 15? More. But yeah, 15 years, I would say. Yeah. And it's hard. I just have windmill. I want to get more things done. I was hoping to train this summer. I hurt my ankle. Someone kicked my ankle during a dance thing. It was really bizarre. It just started healing. Or it finally has healed. I can walk. I can jog now. Not re-roll it. I re-rolled it like 3 times. Anyways, breakdancing. Finally in the Olympics. It was amazing. But no one got to see it. NBC and Peacock only... They only let the Raygun clips go. Raygun got last place. Everyone's like, oh, she got 0 points. And it's like, everyone's like, she's a fraud. She's a phony. This is what breakdancing is. This is not a sport. And I'm like, wow, this is horrible. Ignoring the Australian man, ignoring the whole men's competition, ignoring the whole women's competition, ignoring like how amazing of a sport I think it was. It's like you have gymnastics, you have the rhythmic dancing, and it's all freestyle to songs you don't know are going to come up against an opponent. You can't repeat moves. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say Raygun was good. But at the same time, I saw where she's coming from. She was trying to be original. People are like, she's a fraud. She's a phony. She has a PhD in it. I'm like, I don't it's fine. It's like for me, it's like I don't really like the idea of making fun of someone who got into the ring, really. Like a little bit, sure, fine, but same time, it's like, sure, it wasn't that good. But at the same time, I saw where she's coming from as a dancer. And I'm just like, all right, let's stop trying to ridicule. Like, it would be dope if it was just like a part of the conversation, then sure. It's the whole conversation. I think that's what makes me disappointed the most. It's like also like the whole Olympics is like that's like unfortunately it was like the last moment of the Olympic games, but at the same time it's like, dang, the Olympics had so many dope moments. The breakdancing scene was so dope in my opinion. It's a bummer, and also to me is like breakdancing overall is a very obscure sport. Not a lot of people know about it. The last thing that people saw about breakdancing is maybe Jabberwocky's America's Best Dance Crew. That was 2008, even before, honestly, 2006. They had the movies like now I'm seeing the memes with what's the dance movie, but they're in the water, and killing it. But that was such a long time ago. People are always like, bring out the cardboard boxes, it's like they have no clue like what it is. Even when they're referencing Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo, they've never even seen the movies. It's a good movie, actually. It's fun. I like it. I like 1 and 2. I want to get the raccoon tail back, but it just sort of bums me out. That's been on my mind. A lot of people are like, look at this Raygun meme. I'm like, I don't really want to participate with that. I get it. Yeah, let's have some fun. She, for me, it's like she didn't do anything malicious. She didn't steal a seat necessarily. Breakdancing is still like growing, especially for women. Like Bgirls, it's not really there yet. But then again, if you watch like any of the other women, they've come so far. Like it used to be not a thing at all. Now it's amazing. And yeah, it's not great that Raygun like came out there like that. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, enough. Chill out. I get it. Please, like, watch the other clips, see the other people, and let's start. Like, I'm like, let's celebrate more than focus on the ridicule. Just constant. You don't make fun of other last place Olympians. It's just like there's other people that suck too. There was actually one more woman who sucked more, but I liked what she was doing. She was a refugee. And, she was there to showcase a message more about Afghanistan women versus actually dancing. She was in there for one round and then it was like, okay, well, she did her thing. She tried and it was what it was. No one talks about that. I'm not saying like go make fun of her, but it was even more like, oh, hey, this woman had a message, something. Anyways, moving on. I also beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth 100%. And it was one of my hardest platinums. Platinums getting everything in the game, like there's trophies, which are little achievements, like beat the first boss, do this, thing, do this thing 100 times. They get pretty extreme, of course. So this is like do pretty much everything. And I did it. Yay. It took me 363 hours. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about Final Fantasy, my love for Final Fantasy. And this game, like I'm learning a lot of people are just playing the original for the first time, which came out like in 1998 on PlayStation 1. A lot of people are playing Remake for the first time. Remake is the remake of the original game, but they broke it up into 3 different games. We're on the second game now. I love this game series. Like I first met Barrett. Barrett's the big black guy with the gun arm. My favorite character. I first met him back in the 90s, PlayStation 1. PlayStation was becoming my love. And I got this demo disc for this game, which Final Fantasy VII. Never heard of it. It's wild. It's crazy. It starts off crazy where your first thing is you're going to go bomb a nuclear reactor because you're part of a terrorist group. And you are this white-looking guy with blonde hair, and you are this black guy who talks like Mr. T. Sunglasses, gun arm. Crazy. It's pretty dope. And it was an amazing story. It's what opened my mind to the world, honestly. Just seeing like, oh, Japan made this. Like, it's like, what is this? This is so different from everything. And it was at the same time when anime was really starting to get big. But then I saw a black guy. Yes, a very stereotypical black guy, but nonetheless a black guy. I even cosplay this guy. I'm not like him really, I'm not gruff, but I love Barrett. I cosplayed him back in like 2013. Great time. I need to bring back cosplay. Anyways, he just came out with a new game, the second of the third game. This game was originally broken out into discs. So disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, all at once. This game has been a massive undertaking where they said it would just be each disc would be its own game. The first one felt pretty cool, but not like amazing. It was like, wow, looks amazing. It sounds amazing. We learned that like it was in rush development, but they did it. It was like a pipe dream that we had heard about for so long. I think like honestly, like 10 plus years. That's when we first heard that they would be even trying to do this, with new graphics and everything. And it actually came out and it was actually dope. But they came out with the second game earlier in March. Took me 6 months to 100% this game. I loved it. Amazing game. Beautiful. I think honestly I'd have to give it a 9 out of 10. I thought I would hate it more after trying to 100% it, but it gave me like more of a boost. I beat the game the first time. I think like I gave like 8.5. And then like going through everything again just gave me more healthy appreciation for it. 9 out of 10. Beautiful game. I loved how it played. I love how it looks. I think all the characters are more amazing than before. I love all the choices. It felt like a very full game. In fact, actually a little bit too full. Like there was so many mini games. It was like, all right, 30% less mini games would have been, because this was a little bloated. But it was amazing though. Like I had such a great time. The characters are amazing. I just hated one thing, which made me want to like lower my score, like honestly, like 0.25. A little bit of spoiler. Red 13, one of my favorite characters also. I think my number 2 or 3. He's this dog looking lion cat. I don't know. Very ambiguous, but really dope. Has an amazing voice. All the voice acting is amazing. I love the whole English cast for it. Amazing. But Red 13 does this code switching thing a little bit later on. And it's cute when it happens. It's like, oh, look at him. He gets to be around his close people. But they keep the code switch voice, or I guess the original voice, the whole time. And I was mad and sad. I'm like, no, bro, get your cool voice back. I don't really want to hear your white voice, unfortunately. I'm sorry. It was too dorky for me. And I'm a dork. I'm born on the cob. Corny as they come. Could not deal with this. I really didn't like the voice change. And nothing to the actor, Max Middleman, amazing job. But became a dork. And I hated that. And unfortunately, every time you use him, he's saying dork lines. And it's sad to me. Otherwise, I loved the game. I think the music was amazing. Like, honestly, one of my favorite aspects where I'm just pause the game and just like, wow, this is amazing. And they would change genres multiple times. The games were amazing. The card game they had, Queen's Blood, amazing. The storyline they had with that, amazing. I loved it. Yeah, I mean, I would hope people would get into it. I wouldn't say go 100% unless you're crazy like me. Although one of my friends, Leon Kiro, he did it in 1 month. I don't know how. This game like stumped me. I took a lot of skill. This was my 44th platinum. Leon, I think this is his 150th. So he's a god when it comes to all that. I don't know how he did that. But that's my thoughts on the game. I loved it. I'm so excited for the next one. I might just get this gacha game, Ever Crisis. I don't want to really get into another thing. I'm trying to like get through my queue. I have a long queue and I really want to get through it. Like I don't pay attention to the new games coming out really because there's so many dope games. I keep saying like as a joke, but for real though, I want them to be like a season of no new content, no new anime, movies, TV shows, games, books, none of that, no manga, nothing. I need to catch up. There's so many cool old things that I want to see, and like not even like old like 5-10 years ago. What about stuff from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s? Just this year, there's so much. I need there to calm down. I haven't seen The Bear season 3 yet. I still need to finish Atlanta season 4. I want to get into Tokyo Vice. I've been wanting to start Succession forever, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen at this point. The Wire season 2. There's too many cool things I really want to get into, and there's just no time. That's real life TV shows I want to do, and I hate it when I don't like binge. I can't binge. There's no time to binge. Binge is like I'm trying to go outside too, trying to go meet a girlfriend. I can't do that inside. But I want to stay inside and watch these things, play these games. And I still got to do some work right now, actually. And I'm like, how dare I complain? A lot of, I think, good problems to have for sure. This season's about to be crazy. So I am excited to see like how that's going to go through. Also go watch One Piece. One Piece is amazing. I just want to have like a One Piece episode, which is some old guests, just to be like, look, y'all, One Piece is amazing. It's getting better as it goes. I get it. I understand why that, especially as I just complained about. There's no time to do anything. But One Piece is still my favorite franchise of all time. I get it. That one I think is just important to do. You got to do it if you're in this culture at all. Just do it. I don't care if you're an anime watcher. Go watch the live action show. See what you think. Honestly, see what you think. And even people are like One Piece. Do One Piece if you got to. I would honestly say do it the OG way. Suffer like the rest of us. Dub is caught up. Dub is amazing. The only thing with dub is like I like Frankie's Japanese voice more. But people watch dub, hate Japanese Frankie's voice. Sad. But anyways, otherwise everything else, bam, bam. Brooke in English, amazing. Amazing problems to have right now. Things are popping. I know a lot of problems in the world. Just ignore all that. But entertainment right now is a great time to be a nerd. I feel so lucky. I think about that so often. Like, whereas, like, just 20 years ago, not really like this. Well, 20 years ago, it was sort of like this. 2004, things were fun. PS2 time. I liked it. I loved it. Liked it. Loved it. But, like, 50 years ago, not a thing, absolutely, Like, 50 years ago isn't that long in, like, the whole spectrum of, the whole history of humans, right? No. I think about what if I was born, like, in the year 1024, like Viking eras or just getting raided, assassins or Genghis Khan, just you're in war and your life expectancy is 40, hopefully. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that like I get to chill and complain about too many things to watch. I really thought I had to give up this world, but I'm really grateful. I'm grateful that like it's popping and Dandadan is about to come out. I'm so excited. Jump on it. Anything else I want to say? I think I'm good right now. Thanks for listening.